Today I'm using the Space Academy collection by Carta Bella to make some fun little mini decorated mini comp book notebooks that also include a gift card holder on the inside. So it's just a fun way to gift a gift card. So if you'd like to see how I made them, please stick around. Hey guys, it's Beth. Welcome back to part 2 of my Space Academy collection series. So in part 1, I made a mini album. Part 2, I am going to make a little covered like mini comp book that has a gift card holder inside. So I made this a couple years ago, I think. I did a collaboration with Alicia from Call Me Crafty Al. She had made the project originally a year or two before that, and we kind of like took a project from each other that we liked from each other and, you know, kind of remade it on our own. So I thought that might be something cute to make with the Space Academy paper before I went into the cards. I have like a bunch of like little mini notepads or post-it pads that sell fairly well, but I don't have a ton that are like boy friendly. Most of them are, you know, the collections that I buy for me or my girls, you know, they're more girly. So I wanted to take this opportunity to make something else that was kind of like boy friendly. Thought I would go ahead and do some of these with the Space Academy collection. I made one just to kind of refresh myself on how I made it. These are the mini composition books from Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 3, like they were the Jot version. So my little mini comp books are 3¼ inches wide by 4½ inches tall. So just be sure to measure your notebooks before you start cutting to make sure that they are, you know, what size you may need, slightly bigger or smaller pieces than what I'm cutting. For the outer cover, I cut a sheet of 4½ inches by 6¾ inches, and this is just going to wrap around that front corner. And I like to put it on and kind of pre-fold it a little bit before I adhere it down, just to make sure it's going to lay well. And then I'm also going to take another piece of scrap and trim 2 pieces down to 3¼ by 4½, and these are going to go on the insides of the cover. And I thought I had it planned out correctly to cut 2 pieces and realized that I had it turned the wrong way to do that, so luckily I had enough to come back and cut a second piece. And then for the pocket, I had a piece that was already 2¾ inches tall, and so just trimmed it to 3½ inches wide so it would fit the inside of the notebook. And now I'm just adding adhesive to the cover of the notebook. And the first one I made, I used wet glue, and it took a really long time for it to dry and hold in place because it is a glossy cover. So this time I decided to pull out my score tape so that it would be quicker making it with you guys. So I'm adding it to the cover just to make sure that the whole cover is on, because we will be kind of trimming off any excess paper that overhangs. So I just find it easier to add it to the cover. Once I get it scored, burnished down, and pull the backer off, I can line up the outer end of my paper with the outer end of the notebook, burnish it down, and then I kind of train the fold a little more before I glue the back. And I don't add any glue to the spine, just so that it can open and close better. Here, just adding adhesive to the back of the cover again, and then we'll burnish, remove the backer, and adhere the back part of that cover piece down. And I like pull it and stretch it as far as it's going to go, just to make sure it covers the whole back part of the notebook. Now we can move on to the inside covers, and here I do use wet glue, my Barely Arts glue, just because it's not glossy, and so it's more of a matte finish, so it'll dry a little faster. And I always like to burnish down my wet glue pieces just to make sure there's no bubbles or bumps, and it helps the glue dry and hold faster. We get this piece down, and then I did have some overhang. I had some generous cuts, I guess. Had some overhang, and so just using my small precision scissors to trim up any of the excess. And then I have my We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder, and I'm using the 1/4 inch side just to round the edges to kind of match it up to the notebook papers. And then I have a 1-inch circle punch that I use as to create a notch in my pocket. Just did half a circle on the top, and then I applied glue to the 2 sides and bottom of the pocket piece to glue it down. And now I want to decorate up the cover a little bit. Trying to figure out like what kind of little scene I can do to enhance the space scene that's already on the cover. And once I figure out what stickers I want to use and where I want to put them, I will use some of my Barely Arts glue on the back, just because it's the outer cover of a notebook. It's going to be open and closed. It might be tucked in pockets, purses, backpacks, drawers. I want to make sure that it's not just the stickers aren't going to pop off after a while. So that's my decorated cover. We have a pocket on the inside that'll fit a gift card. We're all done. Okay, I have my 2 notebooks made, and I'm excited to add these to my craft show inventory. I will link my original video and Call Me Crafty Owl's original idea video for this as well down in the description box below if you are interested in seeing more inspiration or different ways to do this. But I thank you guys so much for your time today. Stay tuned for part 3, where I am going to do the cards and finish off this collection. Hopefully that will be soon. But I hope you all have a very crafty day in the meantime.